Streaming on clickorlando.com, you're watching News 6 at 10 p.m.
Wow, now on News 6, did you hear the thunder? Central Florida saw intense storms and even a tornado warning. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas is pinpointing what's left of the rain, and with Tropical Storm Dexter and more waves worth watching. The tropics are heating up.
Yeah, we know how a lot of these cases turn out. We just hope for the best. Bring them home safely.
Cousins joined the search for a teenager who disappeared on the way to Central Florida. They are worried by how he was acting when he was last seen.
And a teen spotted stealing a gun from a car, how his own grandmother turned him in.
Stellar support for Lake Mary's softball team. A loss today has the girls down, but not out of the World Series, and how fans are cheering them on from 750 miles away.
But we start now at 10 tonight with a promise from Orange County's mayor.
As a result of that, they're not going to find any smoking guns there.
Only News 6 went one-on-one with Mayor Jerry Demings ahead of a crucial day for the county. Tomorrow, auditors with the state version of DOJ sent by the new Attorney General are expected to show up in person. I'm Ginger Gadsden. Thank you for joining us.
I'm Eric Von Anken in for Matt tonight. The state auditors are demanding access to Orange County's financial systems and records. The mayor says that he will comply, but he also says it's been a tough few days for him.
You're here this afternoon because I signed the ICE agreement. Yes, I signed the damn thing.
Now, that was Mayor Demings on Friday, blinking in his standoff with Florida's Attorney General, giving in to the Attorney General's demands over ICE. Well, today, protesters picketed outside the county administration building, angered by his decision.
Yeah, tomorrow, the county commission is expected to take up both ICE and DOJ. Tonight, the mayor told News 6's Troy Campbell the county has little wiggle room on either issue.
On Monday, Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings told us he plans to fully comply with state auditors when they show up here to the county administration building on Tuesday morning. He's also defending signing that transportation deal with ICE, saying his hands were legally tied. Tomorrow is when the state said they're going to have their state auditors there. They requested ahead of time that you give an on-site contact, a whole list of things they want to see. What is some of the footwork that's gone into that ahead of tomorrow?
Well, we are prepared for the state's Department of Government Efficiency to come in and begin their audit process.
In this letter sent to Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings dated July 24th, the Florida Department of Government Efficiency lists concerns in what it calls increased burdens on property owners, saying tax collections are up 50%. The letter announced auditors with Florida DOJ will be at the Orange County Administration Building on August 5th and 6th. The letter specifically asked to see spending related to employee pay, homeless services, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, as well as a new multicultural center. Demings says staff has already been working to collect all the documents requested in the letter. On Friday, Mayor Demings also announced he signed an agreement with ICE that would require corrections officers to transport detainees to facilities like Alligator or Alcatraz, after a public back and forth with Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier. What do you say to people who are concerned that you went ahead and you signed the ICE amendum? You said your hands were kind of tied legally on it. Some people feel like you didn't do enough. So what do you say to them?
Well, I would say to those people, would it make sense for them to have their entire elected body removed from office and then the governor insert whoever he wants to put in that position? The threat of removal was real.
Say it loud, say it clear!
Immigrants are welcome here!
People gathered outside the county administration building Monday evening to protest the ICE agreement, including State Representative Anna Escamani.
There's definitely no law that requires you to facilitate transportation of detainees. What Orange County needs to do is file a lawsuit.
We also emailed the state asking if they've received any of the documents so far and what time they plan to show up here on Tuesday. We've yet to hear back. We will be here, and of course, we will keep you updated. In Orlando, I'm your community correspondent, Troy Campbell, News 6.
And as Troy just said there, News 6 is going to be there tomorrow for the county commission meeting. And outside that building, when the DOJ auditors show up, we'll bring any developments as they happen throughout the day on clickorlando.com.
Our other top story tonight, intense lightning and storms roll through central Florida. Here's a time-lapse look from our Launch Credit Union port camera tonight. Look at that. Even more intense storm cells move through parts of East Orange County and Osceola.
This is, you see the lightning there, time-lapse video from our Light Orlando camera delivering hope in downtown. At one point, we even had a tornado warning. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas is tracking what's left of it at this hour. Jonathan?
Yeah, guys, we have confirmation that that tornado actually did touch down just hot off the press on Nova Road tonight. So looking into that a little bit more, we were on the air with you, breaking into programming as that tornado warning was issued. Right now, things are much quieter, of course. We still have some, well, I should say much less intense, not very quiet, especially these cells with a lot of lightning tonight. Claremont and Montverde and Asatula, this is sliding up towards us in Eustis. Umatilla, eventually this is heading in your direction as well. Some gusty winds, very heavy rainfall, and tons of lightning. Oak Hill tonight, Titusville, we have some showers around. Most of the heavy stuff from early this evening is now clinging right onto the coast from Port Canaveral through the Cape, and then eventually that's going to slide off over the next hour or so. But we're keeping things pretty rocking tonight as we get that normal sea breeze, thunderstorm collision back. We were talking about this earlier tonight, that really along into the east of I-4, we would have these thunderstorms kind of last and linger tonight as everything lifts from south to north. So a long evening ahead for us. Might take you a while to get to sleep in some cases tonight, as where we didn't see the thunderstorms early this afternoon, still a lot of untapped energy again throughout a lot of Lake County, and another cell popping up just to the east of Deltona, sliding in toward Port Orange and Daytona Beach. We'll show you the high resolution future radar and talk about more of what this looks like for tomorrow, coming up at about 10:17.
Jonathan, thank you. New at 10 tonight, a big meeting saw a passionate crowd speaking up in the city of Edgewater. City commissioners were debating two big topics. One, should they repeal a city building moratorium to comply with a new state law? SB 180 was signed by Governor DeSantis in June, preventing local municipalities from blocking new construction. That came on the heels of Edgewater's ban on new large-scale developments in January, after people blamed flooding in their neighborhood on a new development being built nearby. Tonight, the council voted to hold a special meeting to have a first reading of an ordinance repealing the moratorium. The other big issue on the agenda, e-bikes.
As a teenager with a mom who works a lot throughout the day, it's a lot easier to have it to ride to and from school or to and from friends' houses or activities. It's really just a lot easier, and many of my friends use it, not just for recreational travel. It's their means of getting to school, and a lot of them don't have the option for bus rides, obviously, because limited bus routes, limited amount of bus drivers. We don't have many options here.
So that passionate young man was one of many against a proposed ban on allowing e-bikes and scooters on sidewalks and parks in the city of Edgewater. Supporters wanted there to be fines up to $500, but city commissioners voted the idea down.
Another passionate debate will now go before the voters of Groveland. Tonight, a split city council voted 3-2 in favor of making it easier to remove members of the council. This is all in response to the suspension of Councilwoman Judy Fike last month. She was removed after several controversial social media posts surfaced. A lawsuit was filed and a judge ordered Fike to be reinstated. They said neither the city charter nor its ethics policy allowed for that removal. Under the council's proposed charter amendment, council members would get that power. Thanks to tonight's second and final vote, Groveland voters will now have the final say in November.
Tonight, family and volunteers are still eager to find what happened to a missing 18-year-old today. They searched an area of Brevard County for Giovanni Pelletier because he was on his way to visit Brevard from across the state. Pelletier has not been seen since Friday in Southwest Florida. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office says while on the way to visit his family, the teen started acting erratically, got out of the car and walked away. Brevard County correspondent James Barbero spoke to some of his family who were in Mims looking for him. They say that's where he was supposed to end up.
Yeah, we know how a lot of these cases turn out. We just hoping for the best, bring him home safely.
Do everything that we can in order to make sure we have some answers and bring him back home.
Now, since the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is taking the lead in this investigation, anyone with information on where he may be is asked to contact them. We put together their information on clickorlando.com.
In Seminole County, police say they have arrested an 18-year-old thanks to his grandmother. The teenager is accused of stealing a gun from a car, and his grandmother saw this picture and then called in the tip. Now a new study out says more Florida teens are getting a hold of guns. Your Sanford community correspondent Catherine Silver is looking into how big of a problem this really is.
Sanford police posted this picture of a suspect on social media, hoping to get results, and they did, when an arrest report says Caden Rodriguez's own grandmother recognized him and turned him in. It turns out Rodriguez is believed to be the person who broke into a vehicle near Hickory and 8th Street in June. Police say he stole several items, including an all-black Hellcat 9mm pistol. This isn't the first time we've told you about car break-ins this summer where thieves see an opportunity and take it. DeVary's police say 2 pistols were stolen during a string of burglaries in the Elmwood neighborhood.
Criminals, unfortunately, are opportunists, so they do tend to go for unlocked vehicles.
And Ormond Beach's police chief told us it's one of the most common crimes they see.
I don't want to put the guns in the wrong hands.
We've heard time and time again that these are crimes that can be avoided, and often the cars that are targeted are unlocked. We asked several local law enforcement agencies just how often these burglaries happen. Volusia said there have been 18 so far this year. There were 31 the year before. And Orange County said, generally speaking, 350 firearms are stolen out of vehicles in a year. I'm Catherine Silver, News 6.
It's now an uphill battle for the 12-year-olds from Lake Mary after their epic winning streak landed them in the Little League World Series.
Well, tonight that streak came to an end for the softball All-Stars. Why the girls are down but not out. And next, see how the community is showing their support from hundreds of miles away. But first, with hurricane season heating up, free money to harden Florida homes will be up for grabs soon. How to apply and why you have to act fast.
You are watching News 6 at 10 live on a Monday night. Can almost do it like Matt. Covering Port Orange, St. Cloud, and all of Central Florida. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Now on News 6, sadly, an impressive winning streak by the Lake Mary All-Stars softball team has come to an end.
But it ain't over. These young ladies are down after today's loss, but they're not out of the World Series. Sports anchor Ryan Welch is going to explain their second chance tonight at 11.
Yeah, but what's important here is Lake Mary is showing big-time support. While the 12-year-olds were playing in Tulsa, community correspondent Alex Cook was at a local watch party.
Even on a Monday afternoon, people came out here to Friendly Confines in Lake Mary to support their local Little League team. Today, the girls softball team played Tulsa, Oklahoma. They lost that game 2-1, but they're not out of the tournament yet. And the people here will be cheering them on to the very end. Samantha Lester came with her dad and brothers to watch her sister, Rachel Lester, play.
It's so cool seeing her through a TV. I wish I could be there, but this is also really cool.
Samantha played for Lake Mary Little League herself. Now she plays in high school. She says it's been amazing to see the team grow the last few years.
We had about 20 girls just about 5 years ago playing. You'd have one team per age group, and now we had 200 girls sign up for the season. So it's just the interest in Lake Mary Little League and how good our all-star teams have gotten is really cool.
Jeannie Fisher coached softball in Lake Mary for 33 years, working with some of the team members playing today. She called around to see where she could watch the game with other fans.
It's great to see that the support that they're getting.
For the Lester family, the team making it to the World Series has been a long time coming.
2 years ago, my team made it to states, but we couldn't get past states. And then last year, my sister's team won states, but couldn't get past regionals. And then now they finally made it all the way, and we're hoping they can just win the whole thing. So this is really cool.
The Lake Mary Little League softball team lost today, but they're not out yet. Now they move to the purple elimination bracket and fight to stay in the series.
Let's go. Get the job done, young ladies. Let's make it happen. Go Rams.
In Lake Mary, Alex Cook, News 6.
Yeah, fingers crossed for those ladies because they have worked so hard to get to that point, but they're still in it.
Yes, get the job done.
Yeah, exactly.
As you said, you can.
You can do
You're
it.
from Lake Mary.
Just drink the water. Right. Again, sports anchor Ryan Welch will have highlights of today's loss by the softball All-Stars, along with what's next for the girls and the boys baseball team.
Yeah, they are aiming for a repeat appearance in the Little League World Series. Ryan will be here at 11. As we get closer now to the first day of school, just days away, Osceola County leaders are hoping to tackle a top concern for parents not knowing where their kids are when they're on the bus.
Yeah, this school year, Osceola will now be offering a new tracking system. The MyRexium app will use student IDs to notify parents if the kids are on the bus and where they are in real time. And a lot of parents are really excited to use it.
How important is it to keep track of your kids when they get on that bus?
I think it's very important, yeah, especially these days, absolutely.
As a parent, my kid's little, right? But we do have to, she has to ride bus. I think it makes me feel better to see the notifications and oh, my kid got on the bus.
The county will be sending out information about the app and how to sign up all parents ahead of the first day of school.
All week, News 6 is helping your family get ready for the upcoming school year next week already. Tune into our Back to School special this week, Wednesday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We're covering everything from safety in the classroom to back to school shopping and everything in between.
A lot to handle.
Still weeks away from the peak of hurricane season. The tropics, as we've been telling you, are starting to bubble. We saw Dexter strengthen into a tropical storm as it moved away from Florida.
Yeah, thank goodness. So now is a really good time to upgrade your home and make sure it can handle a storm, especially if the state is paying for it. The My Safe Florida Home Program is back again, but as News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez shows us, you'll have to act fast.
Those applications are officially open, but there are some changes that we want to tell you about. The program gives Floridians money to make home improvements to strengthen them against hurricanes, which can lower their insurance costs. To be eligible, the homes must be single-family, detached residential property, or a townhouse. And the owner must be living there, and the home must be insured for $700,000 or less. The owner must also have a homestead exemption. But this year, they're prioritizing low-income Floridians. Florida lawmakers allocated $280 million in funding for the program, but last year the $200 million set aside ran out in just over 2 weeks.
We have 8 million property insurance policies in Florida, 8 million homeowners policies, and $100 million is not going to go far with a $10,000 limit per grant.
The applications will be considered on a first-come, first-served basis and in tiers. Starting today, August 4th, low-income homeowners 60 and over. On August 18th, low-income homeowners in general. On September 1st, moderate-income homeowners 60 and over. And on September 15th, moderate-income homeowners of any age. Those applications are now open, and this is the website you're going to want to visit. It's mysafeflhome.com. It has all of the requirements that you need to be able to apply, and you're encouraged to submit your application as soon as possible to maximize your chances. I'm Stephanie Rodriguez for News 6.
All right, time now for a look at our forecast, and meteorologist Jonathan Kegas is here. And Jonathan, at the 2:30 meeting this afternoon, you described the weather as rowdy.
Yeah, I think a few of those cells really got rowdy again. As we got into the evening hours, especially into that 6 to 7 o'clock time frame, especially in parts of northern Osceola County, and we have some rowdy stuff out there right now. Again, getting some late night action across a lot of Lake County, so a lot of thunder and lightning. It might take a while to fall asleep tonight because things are a little loud out there. Some rock and thunderstorms again right on the coast, just leaving Port Canaveral. Oh, it will be over the next couple of minutes here. You can track these storms again alongside me tonight. But downloading the free News 6 weather app, there's also the life-saving lightning detection on there. That's critical in Florida. That is all free. And of course, if you're in one of these areas and you have the free app, you're likely getting those tonight because we have more lightning moving toward Daytona Beach again, sliding up into Flagler County. These downpours that are developing across parts of Flagler County tonight going to continue to have lightning with them, or get lightning eventually in them. Here's a live look outside in Daytona Beach. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few flashes, and there was one right there, as we do have lightning inbound. Temperatures back to the lower 80s. Might be a good idea to get off the ride here over the next couple of minutes as that lightning is approaching quickly from the south. Scattered thunderstorms again going to continue tonight, especially along into the east of I-4, give or take. Again, that's going to be a rough estimate as we are seeing those storms kind of slide just to the east of I-75 tonight as well. Getting into tomorrow, same kind of deal. Routine pattern returns. There's 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're on the dry side, and then we're going to watch these storms fire back up. So there's 4 to 5 o'clock in your evening, and then things really filling in again late. That's 7 to 8 o'clock. We'll be doing this all again at the same time when we talk again at this hour tomorrow. Temperatures all over the place because of the thunderstorms. We're at 83 in Leesburg. DeLand, good evening. We are at 82. Kissimmee, we are checking in at 73 degrees. Tomorrow, we're back to the low to mid 90s for afternoon high temperatures. Rain chances holding at 60% again tomorrow. Tropical front, they're trying to bubble a little bit. Bubble's a good word. I wouldn't say this is a giant awakening yet of the Atlantic. Dexter's out there. That's moving on out. We have a yellow highlight. I'm watching this one here, cluster of thunderstorms north of Puerto Rico. It's going to meander back into this yellow bubble that the Hurricane Center gives a 30% shot for development. I think there's a tropical depression or tropical storm chance here for Georgia into the Carolinas as we move towards the end of the weekend, start of the work week, and start of the weekend, I should say. That also born of non-tropical origin, just like Dexter was. So both of those coming off a cold front. This one out of the tropics, 50% shot to develop over the next 7 days. A lot of wild model runs on that one. Just know that nothing is going to be set in stone here as we move to the next week or so. 60% shot for storms over the next 7 days. Temperatures back to the low to mid 90s, guys.
He thought he found the perfect motorhome online. Instead, he lost more than $22,000 to a Facebook marketplace scheme.
At what point did you know it was a scam?
Well, when it didn't show up. I'm News 6 investigator Lewis Bolden, and this week's Schemes and Ripoffs alert, we have a warning for those who shop on social media platforms.
Coming up.
He thought he found the perfect motorhome online. Instead, he lost more than $22,000 to a Facebook marketplace scheme. I'm News 6 investigator Louis Bolden, and this week's Schemes and Ripoffs Alert, we have a warning for those who shop on social media platforms.
Figure, well, maybe I'll spend a month or two just traveling. So let's find a motorhome. Let's find an RV.
Bill Thomas says his search for an RV eventually led him to Facebook Marketplace, where he clicked an ad that led him to this website and this 2014 Winnebago. And the price was right.
It shows, if interested, email me.
Thomas got a return email confirming the price of $22,500, saying since this is a repo, the price is lower than usual, adding they do not have a showroom or inspection area and conduct all sales online.
And he says, oh, you're interested in it? Well, what we can do is we can send you a purchase agreement, and you fill it out, send it back to me, and then we can go from there.
Thomas returned the purchase agreement and was sent this invoice showing the purchase price and shipping costs. Then he was sent wire transfer instructions. He wired the $22,650 and waited for the vehicle to be delivered.
At what point did you know it was a scam?
Well, when it didn't show up.
News 6 did some digging and discovered the crooks took the name of a legitimate LLC that is registered with the state, Florida Recreational Marketing, and created a website with the same name. The telephone number changes frequently. When Thomas was dealing with them, it was a 407 number. Now it's a 386 number that's disconnected. And the address listed online is for a different company.
How can Marketplace allow this to happen?
Trusting someone online, especially on a social site, you have to do the vetting.
Holly Sammons is the president of the Better Business Bureau of Central Florida. She says people assume that social sites have protections in place to prevent fraud. They don't.
Social site is not going to do the vetting for you. Just because there's a listing doesn't mean anyone has done any sort of vetting. That's on you.
She says when it comes to high-ticket items, don't send more money than you can afford to lose. And definitely don't send money without seeing and inspecting the item first.
But I've learned my lesson. If I buy something, I'm going to touch it, feel it, see it. Okay.
Remember, don't fall for the scheme. Don't get ripped off. But if you do, email me at theinvestigators@wkmg.com. I'm Louis Bolden, News 6.
Tracking some late night thunderstorms, guys, to see all the lightning firing up this cluster of thunderstorms moving from south to north. Good thing nothing is strong out there, just a whole lot of lightning and a whole lot of noise if you're trying to go to sleep.
And a tornado touchdown
Touchdown,
earlier,
Osceola County in Nova Road. No reports of damage. It was kind of in the rural section, so just like northeast of St. Cloud.
Tells you how serious it was out there.
Yeah,
all
it
right,
was nasty.
Jonathan, thank you. And thank you for joining us. We will see you back here again at 11 o'clock. Bye.